Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Quest 6. I am the Blues 32 and if you remember, we froze on the bridge. We are now in the 8 rear, where I was going to go once I got onto the elevator. Let's have a look-see around. You recall this is where we started the game, vacuuming with some sort of nuclear-powered vacuum according to the warning sign on the side of it.
An unusual plant specimen that someone left behind. It appears to be thriving here. Perhaps it prefers beer and popcorn to fertilizer and you grow it lamps.
Let's take it.
It wouldn't be prudent.
Let's talk to it then.
Hey, don't put your mouth on that.
I'll put my mouth on whenever I damn well want to.
It's your old non-organic friend, Circuit Sydney.
Yeah, you know him.
Two women looking very much like Girl Scouts are badgering the poor alien-looking guy they're sitting with. They must be trying to unload more of those damn cookies.
I don't know, they seem to be having a good time.
Two scientific dudes stand by the back window, talking stars. It's hard to say anything sarcastic about them, since stargazers are inherently cool.
I'm guessing that was sarcastic. I gotta remember to save more often. Alright, what do we have here?
This is 8 Rear, the ship's lounge.
I know.
A friendly Mr. Soylent food replicator stands in wait to serve anyone who wants a snack. Technically, these aren't replicators. They're wormholes into the restaurant universe. But the food still tastes replicated because the chefs in the restaurant universe are mostly ex-Monolith Burger employees and know nothing about food.
Well, it's not really a restaurant universe, is it?
Replicator. Replicator. Make me something to eat.
Nothing happens. This is no fairy tale. Compost don't respond to voice commands. What do you think this is, science fiction?
I'm sorry. Let's see, maybe I can do something with this thing. Naturally it's gonna run like ass. Anyway, if you recall, Stellar is alive, but the commander doesn't believe us.
This is the screen used to display the numbers as you enter them.
I don't know any menu numbers.
This access panel contains the food replicator's resonance flux shield.
Button, button. Who's got the button? I crack me up.
I don't get it.
Replicate. I command thee.
You have no power here.
Aww.
It should.
Well, that get me. Nothing? 5?
It sure doesn't. You shouldn't try to open this door by tugging on it. You'll strip the gears, just like you did to the replicator in your quarters.
Well, that explains a lot.
Open up in there.
These vents prevent the odors of the food from spreading throughout the ship.
Wouldn't want people getting sick.
Which is a good thing, as you know if you've ever smelled poached sea slug in Orat Coulis.
This thing used to play a song after a while, but I don't know how to make it do that. Oh well. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Let's talk to our friend Sydney here.
Hello, Roger. Please join me in consuming something.
You're creeping me
Thanks,
out
Sydney.
already.
You seem uptight.
Say what? Upright? What are you talking about, Sydney?
Well, you are upright, I guess.
Uptight was the word. Perhaps that is too archaic a reference for you. It would have been more effective to say that you seem concerned.
Oh, yeah. I do have a thing or two, well, at least something on my mind.
Well, that's rare.
I am sorry to hear this. I hope your concerns are soon alleviated.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sid. I do have to come up with some solutions.
Yes, solutions. Solutions.
Sydney, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
This ought to be good.
Flame away, Roger. You know I'd give you my right appendage if you needed it.
Funny you should say that, Sydney. I kind of have this situation where that very item could come in handy.
I'm not sure why he's asking this. I haven't done any...
Really? Well, I was merely saying that metaphorically.
Well, too freaking bad. You already made the promise. Hand it here.
You really are a great friend, Sydney. That'll come in real handy. I can't thank you enough, Sydney.
Guilt trip him.
Well, if you really are seriously in need of it, I suppose I could lend it to you.
Good. Hand it here. Awesome.
You will get it right back to me, won't you, Roger?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah. You bet your nut flanges, Sydney.
His what? Yoink. Just shove that in my pocket somehow. And one more thing.
Sydney, I kind of need another favor. I need one of your eyes.
This ought to be good.
Pardon me, Roger. For a second, I thought you said you also wanted one of my eyes.
I do.
Must have my auditory circuits.
I want it. You can either give me one or I'll take them both. It's your
Well,
choice.
Actually, Sydney, I could use one of your eyes.
I will poke them out with your own arm.
Are you certain, Roger?
Yes.
Well, I guess if you really need it.
And I do.
Oh, I do. I really do, Sydney. You're a mechanized lifesaver.
You should really have spares.
You will return them soon, right, Roger?
I'm telling you, spares.
Oh, of course, Sydney. Real soon. Listen,
You know,
I've got a couple of things I've got
maybe you
to
should
attend
consider
to.
getting one in a
I'll
different
see you
color.
soon. Thanks, Sydney.
You know, heterochrome is cool. I wish I had heterochroma.
As long as you say it will be soon, Roger.
Heterochroma is when you have two different colored eyes.
Oh, yeah. See you soon, Sydney.
Just first give me the eye. Now, if you play Space Quest 6 in on October 31st, his head will detach and start floating around the room. I wish I could show you that, but I'm not going to try. Yes, that's right. Watch me go with your appendages. There's nothing you can do. What's this do? Communications are offline due to short-sighted design work. When we resume service, you'll enjoy 20% savings whenever you send subspace transmissions to anyone on your Boars and Mortal Enemies list. Okay. Let's go to the brig. We don't really need to, but I want to. I mean, honestly, we'll be there soon enough, but I'd like to go there right now. For reasons I won't disclose. Spit me out. Major Tom was here. David Bowie reference. That's a shame. I mean that, you know, he's dead.
Cell 106 is infamous
Yeah,
for
you
the
saw that,
famous
didn't you?
blood stain on the floor. That stain came into being when Red Bovine, a Ferbangi slave trader, tried to escape by crawling out the porthole and immediately imploded. That's why they refer to it as the Red Blood Cell.
I should punch you.
Inside this cell is the creature from the Ego, a bizarre invisible monster caught on Rialto 4. It's violent, brutal, bloodthirsty, and is a sucker for insincere flattery.
Oh, really?
Hey, handsome. Let's see that pretty little face. Impressive.
He really was a sucker for insincere flattery. In fact, he seems like a nice guy. I'm sure we can get along.
Now there's a real bright idea, but then perhaps you deserve the consequences. If the force field were turned off, you'd be the only one to suffer the consequences. In the event that someone might be looking over your shoulder, we'll save your embarrassment for another time.
You will obey.
Game over, man. Game over.
Yum.
Being a good Samaritan is one thing, but you should have been just a little skeptical about that move.
Nonsense. Let's do it again. Maybe he'll be nicer to us this time. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do it again. That would be stupid.
This is a receptacle for digestive byproducts, which are then briefly churned with dihydrogen oxide and then transported under pressure into the tanks in the replicator's sub-processing unit. Hey, we're trying for a PG-13 rating here.
Well, yeah.
You don't need a drink right now, you old space dog.
Halt! Who goes there? Oh, it's me.
You start to say something and then you...
Tea. Earl Grey.
Hot.
Hot.
Get a clue. This isn't science fiction. This is reality.
This is reality! Yeah, I'm sure nobody's gonna get that reference. Let's see. Why not go to Shuttle Bay? Because I choose to. God, this thing runs terribly. I don't understand it. I didn't exactly pay an arm and a leg for this, but it was still a good chunk of money. I mean, the computer, I mean. There's really no reason it should be running like this.
Magnum Opus belongs to an elite StarCon fighting forces called the Flying Flingers, FF for short.
Fantastic Four?
That's Chesbro, one of the Shuttle Bay guards. A nice fatty donut. Magnum will probably scarf this down. After all, he needs to maintain his boyish tub-o'-guts figure.
I want it.
It wouldn't be prudent.
Yeah, I don't really need to. What I do need to do is approach our dear friend here. Grab him by the neck.
Ooh, boy, a
got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. No, you can't get away. I got you now that you've got a hard to believe this is a real job. Oh my God. So how come you're not going down? I got you with your mumbo jumbo and your hobbit chubby. Oh boy, if I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I got you with this. And, I think I broke a fingernail here.
As you can see, it works. As you can see, I just got myself knocked out. Probably should have saw that coming. Now I'm in jail. But worry not, for this was meant to happen. I has planned. Hey there, Big Nose. Really? All that for me?
It's a hovercraft for...
Seriously? Is that my food for the week, or you...
Golly, this food looks so good it might be worth becoming a prisoner for. Yeah, like I'd sure want to be in your position. Not!
Just take this.
In desperation, you attempt to bend the
No!
bar. Unfortunately...
Grab the foods. Yeah, he did it with his nose, or is that his mouth? My God, I'm actually not sure.
In this galaxy, those... Nothing happens. Careful, combining those... Nothing happens.
Let's see.
In this galaxy, those...
Don't remember the order in which you have to do this in. There we
It
go.
has some cool ears. Nothing happens. The rack of a rat adds a nice touch.
Then we can just stick on these.
An interesting idea. Something's starting to take shape. What are you up to, Roger?
You'll never know. We can take these.
A touchment of that adds something more to your work in progress.
Put
How
this on.
creative.
Slap this on top.
That's a nice touch.
Thank you. Then we can just put a little of this on that.
Good thinking.
And then...
Hey, there's someone in your spot. Hey, there's someone in your... Nice. Nice.
get under the bed, genius.
As you run your hand over the graffiti-covered bare plastostone walls of the cell, you wonder why nobody ever cleans this place. As you run your hand over the
Oh, and who's another donut for me? I may have screwed up.
Whoa, I see you have a visitor. I'll leave you two alone, but you know the rules. 10 more minutes and they have to leave.
Yikes, it's a good thing Dorf's so vain about wearing his prescribed much thicker glasses. That was too close. I nearly dampened an undergarment.
Roger. Surely you've been potty trained by now.
Enjoy, Mr. Wilco. Oh, the cushion.
Now Roger is all depressed and underneath the thing. Or, well, just looking depressed right there. So depressed he didn't even take his donut. I want the donut. I don't really need the donut, but I want it regardless.
Nice work. Sometimes you actually surprise me.
Oh, good. Can I have it? Like I said, I didn't really need the other donut. But it's there, why not take it? This, back to Shuttle Bay. We're gonna try this again. This time with less fail. Promise. Still kind of trudging along, though. Do it. Do it. You can see where I'm going with this, can't you? We take the morphin-covered donut. Despite the fact that these two should know that I'm a criminal. Now watch and behold the power of morphin. Any second now.
Oh.
No, it's not much of a difference than what he was before. Eh. That is the ending theme to King's Quest VI. For some reason, he was looking like Elton John at the time, I think. Oh gosh. I nearly took him apart at the molecular level. Guess they just stand there staring in shock.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your...
Smooth move. You've got his keyring. I really don't think that's a good idea. He's not the Yep, he's non-functional.
Okay.
It's a bottle of morphin, which you thought was actually morphine.
Die.
And we take the arm and use it to push the button. We've got movie sign! Some of these should look a little familiar. Let's have a look at them.
Ooh, a mint condition 57 Gateway Bel Air with mag thrusters, overhead lifters, and 4-pod barrels.
I don't know what any of that means.
She can't take much more of this, Captain. It wouldn't be Your words.
Ahoy, matey. Anyone aboard?
Yar.
That's some cherry flange you've got there. I like it. No, really.
What?
Hello?
There's nobody inside, Roger.
Okay, fine. Be that way. It's probably a repro anyway.
This Tiberian skimmer may look intimidating, but it's seriously underpowered.
I can tell.
And that clear steel compound cockpit is particularly vulnerable to meteorites, baryon radiation, and large insects.
Avast ye! All hands on the poop deck.
Speaking of poop decks, don't you have some janitoring to do somewhere?
No. I'm rebelling.
This baby's a sleek streak Corsair with push-button tranny and dual airbags.
I'm sorry?
These balsa wood shuttles are really maneuverable, but they don't last 2 seconds in a phaser battle.
Arr, matey!
Why do you keep doing that?
You do your best imitation of one of the pirates of Pestulon, but it falls on deaf ears. It's a standard Starcon shuttle built for speed and maneuverability.
Guess which one we're taking.
Unfortunately, with a budget of only 550,000 buckazoids, they had to leave off certain amenities, like airtight seals, decent shields, and restrooms.
Take a wild guess.
Anyone alive in there?
There's no answer. Not a good sign.
I don't know. It's actually probably the best sign, all things considered.
Some guy wearing a Delco air filter on his face parked this shuttle.
I don't get it. I'm sure I should, but I don't.
Any little genius teenage brats in there? No? Good. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, I don't get that one. What about this ship?
What a beauty! A true museum-quality McKinley Ultramarine Blue Runner.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
It will not.
In your dreams.
I'd buy that for $1.
Well, I think it's going to cost more than that, and how do you know what $1 is?
This Kiapian runabout strikes fear into the heart of the Japaxian Empire.
What?
It's a good compact shuttle for under 8,500 buckazoids.
Hey, who does your detailing?
There's no response.
Aw.
Some woman driver parked her shuttle here and contaminated the whole deep ship with these acid-bleeding, multi-jawed exoskeletal aliens, and you had a really huge mess to clean up.
Not to mention her
Just
android.
for that, Kielbasa refused to validate her parking slip.
He's squirting that milky stuff everywhere. We still couldn't find his lower half.
Is there anyone in there that won't eat me alive if I come in?
From inside, you hear a muffled, "Nope."
Well, at least they're honest.
You hear a disembodied voice saying, "Remember your parking space, Luke."
Is anyone in there?
You hear nothing but oohs, ahs, grunts, and growls. Maybe whoever's inside is just trying to get a little Wookiee.
Gary. Let's try and steal one of these.
This shuttle appears to be triple locked with a security bypass and a redundancy cutoff circuit. Those rebels are so paranoid.
Can't imagine why.
You run your hand enviously along the wide, bulbous lines of the gateway.
Bulbous.
Nice, Knackles.
You try to get into the Tiberian skimmer, but it's locked.
Aww.
Still, you know perfectly well you could get into it if you wanted to. You just don't want to, that's all.
Right, exactly.
Don't touch that. We don't know where you've been.
Yeah, you know exactly where I've been.
The hatch to the shuttle is locked, so you peek in the window.
What do we got?
There doesn't seem to be anything in there except a rag that says, "My father was betrayed at Kittimer, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt."
Again, I'm sure I'm supposed to know what that is, but I don't.
Careful, if you scratch this baby and someone finds out, you're going to need a positronic neural assist circuit to help you swallow your lunch. Oh yeah, real smart. Let's go poking around inside a pod that's probably carrying a half-dozen miniature face-hugging, saliva-dripping, face-eating, exoskeletal alien piranha things.
They're not like piranhas at all.
And while we're at it, let's split up so that we're all alone and defenseless, okay?
Yes.
Not.
Yes, this was back when not was still a thing. You would say a statement, then follow it up with not.
Oh, yeah.
Odd, but that's what they used to do back in the 90s
You search
and
in vain
80s.
for a way to open the hatch to the shuttle.
Mostly 80s. A little in the 90s.
The shuttle's alarm is now deactivated.
Well, now we know for sure which one we're getting. Let's get inside. See what there is to see.
Who in the world left all this trash in here? Isn't somebody supposed to clean up the shuttle when it comes back from a mission? Oh, wait. That's me. On second thought, it doesn't look so bad, after all.
Clean it.
Gee, you finally decide to do some janitoring. Great timing. Gee, you It's an old cup of MC Cola, the cola that gets you hammered.
My God, this is so 90s.
You're not that thirsty. This tank of emergency oxygen serves an incredibly important purpose.
Yes?
It ensures that the shuttle's hatch makes a neat hissing sound when it opens and closes. The shuttle closet contains an EVA suit and helmet for those infrequent repairs. It's a recall notice.
I'm sorry? I don't know what I'm looking at.
These are the seats for the pilot and navigator. Built up. The semi-transparency
Sorry.
also makes it easier to spot loose change and crumbs that have fallen between the cushions.
Well, it's better for the loose change than the
You've
crumbs.
got way too much to do to spend time messing with that now. This compartment contains the Devallium crystal subprocessor and main flux coupling. You've got way too much to do to This compartment contains the manual override array and the pattern buffer subroutines.
I don't know what these words mean.
This upper compartment contains the subspace transmission relays and tachyon emitters. The lights here are half spectrum in order to give everyone the same pale blue mole person look. These passenger seats are for picking up colonists, ambassadors, visiting dignitaries, and people who are too neurotic to handle transporters.
So me.
Can you believe that, in this day and age, there are people who object to being dematerialized, broadcast to some remote location, and then rematerialized? It's not as if we were asking them to take off from LaGuardia.
References I don't get. Anyway, let's have a seat. Oh, it's not that chair.
Cool. This button is for the Movies option package available in the DS-86 series of shuttles. Too bad StarCon was way too cheap to spring for it. Cool. This button is for the Games option package. It appears to be the...
Tape, some glue. What is this?
It reminds you of one of those hand pumps you use when the astrohead plugs up. You summon the...
Power?
That's delight...
Initiation. Intermix not correctly set. Make necessary adjustments before initiating the launch sequence. Well, I don't wanna. Navigation offline system integrity failure.
Nothing happens. That button must not work at this time. This panel would control the weapon systems were this shuttle so equipped.
I'm guessing it's not. What's this do? Photo triangulation system offline. What's this do? Ah, the intermix thing. Yeah, we'll do that next time. I think this video's gone on for long enough. So, next video, we'll figure out how to get this thing moving. Until then, I am the Blues 32. This is Space Quest 6. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.